Today is about self-care for busy people. It's a comprehensive overview of what you can do to build daily self-care into your routine. None of the following suggestions are news to you. They are merely reminders, and for me too. I'm going to start with mindfulness. When we focus on the present, it brings us literally into our senses and out of the constant chattering of our thoughts. And this can have a positive impact on our health and well-being, as anxiety can be reduced, and there's also research evidence that mindfulness can lower blood pressure and improve sleep, and it might also help us cope with pain, as it has done for me. Then on to meditation. There's a lot of different ways to meditate. There are a few short ones on my website, joangeorgetherapies.com, or find something on YouTube. Find a voice you like, a length of meditation that you like, whatever resonates with you. And just like mindfulness, anxiety can be lowered, lower blood pressure, and sleep can improve. And much the same, I can testify at helping with pain. Breathing. We definitely need it to live. And having the right techniques to use can improve the quality of our life. Again, there are lots of different breathing techniques, and I have some on my website. Or go to YouTube and find one that suits you. Please do take the time to get a couple of breathing techniques to use and to be au fait with when you get into a stressful situation. Food. It's essential, just like our breath. And again, it's what kind of food, as we are all different and we get on better with some foods than others. A good starting point is to have as many different colors on your plate, made up of protein, veggies and fruit. This is a lot easier said than done, because it means cooking from scratch, and this means some serious self-care. And then comes the enjoyment of this lovingly prepared food in a mindful and grateful way, which might mean not watching TV and doom scrolling on our phones at the same time. And while I'm on the subject of doom scrolling, having a digital detox is really beneficial for mental well-being. It's also a way of learning how to put healthy boundaries in place for yourself. In other words, you learn to say no to using technology sometimes, and then it's easier to say no to people who want you to dance to their tune all the time. So, setting boundaries. I call it the boundary dance, and it's a huge part of self-care. It's good, even essential, to have the support of our family and friends. However, they can be challenging. So, it's a good time to practice putting your boundaries in place. In other words, when you say yes or no, the decision is good for you. Most importantly, good for the other person and good for the situation. That's quite a big ask, but it's definitely doable. And you will know you're on the right track when you worry about what you think rather than what everyone else thinks. And all that matters is that you are in a state of peace and that you're moving towards where you feel you've always belonged. And on a similar theme, emotional well-being is an essential part of self-care. Learning to be resilient is about putting everything into practice. The mindfulness, the meditation, being aware of your breath, putting boundaries in place, all contribute to creating more and more resilience in your life. It just means that you respond to difficult situations rather than reacting in an inappropriate knee-jerk type fashion. And now to the physical. Get out for a walk in nature. This is definitely part of self-care, and if it's your thing, a fairly gentle movement class is good. Just make sure it's a regular thing to maintain your well-being, as exercise helps reduce the stress hormones, cortisol, and also make sure you get enough good quality sleep. Another avenue for self-care is getting creative. Whether it's singing in a choir, learning to sketch or paint, or maybe journaling to get your emotions out of your head and onto paper. Just go and find your thing that tickles your fancy, that makes your heart sing. Looking at your own environment is important for self-care. How crowded is your environment? Do you need to do some decluttering? Is there some nice flow to how everything is organized around you? Sometimes you just need to do a bit of a tidy up and a reshuffle, and you feel like you have a new home, and it'll feel calmer. And remember, if you want to clean less, own less. Self-care is not for sissies. It takes commitment and a real willingness to improve your well-being, not just for today, but for your future. It's about taking charge of your life. It's about making appropriate choices at any given moment of what's good for you and what's not. Just find what works for you. All of the above, or just a few things. If you found this information useful and have enjoyed, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time.